Hi, welcome back to channel TrainStation2. Alright, you got a second in the last competition, and of course we've claimed the common train as well as the special building hospital. Alright, so I think we couldn't have sufficient event keys to claim the rare train. So in generally in this event we got 2 legendaries, 1 epic, 1 common, and a special building. Alright, so I think that's it towards the end of this event, and then of course we'll look forward to the next one. Alright, here we are preparing for all the items that are required, and of course at this juncture we still got 8 hours to go, so a lot of activity need to be done. Of course I think it's a bit strange, this last competition, most of the time they are asking for non-event items, so it was really a mad rush trying to get all the items ready. And of course Kulo Motiva, the guy in the first, or the first, basically the top guy, is very far away from us, probably about 200-300 EP at some time. So I don't know how he did it. My guess is of course gem spender. So that being said, I mean, of course when you look at his profile later on, you realize yes, indeed it's affirmed that he's a gem spender for sure, because his headquarter points is about 500 plus. That's really a lot. It's really amazing he can accumulate so much headquarter points. And of course like I said, gem spender, real money spender are the ones that are able to do so. Alright, so that's it. I mean generally now I'm going to claim my favorite special building as well as the common train. Let's take a look. Alright, so of course with that special building, I'm going to keep this special building in the center. I kept the other special building into the box already, so I always have 5 buildings using the 5 building technique. That's the fastest to grow your population, because every time you generate 4 of this building upgrade requests, then of course you can use this 5 buildings technique. You can increase your population and do a warehouse upgrade. Alright, now common train. Alright, so this is, I think, the one and only common Steam that I have. Original is quite hesitant because I'm afraid if there's a triple restriction that asks for region 8 common Steam, I think I only got 1 train to go. So that's a really tough choice. Of course that's not something I wish for, but of course when it comes we just got to see how we deal with it. So one way is always identify such bottleneck train and upgrade to the fullest. Just imagine this is a 30 capacity and a starting of 15. I think not too bad after all, but if we could get more of the common Steam, I think that would be great. So that's it. Currently we're still standing in second. Of course it's impossible to beat the first because it's so far away, and given the standardization of the EP points here, that's 40 per job, and it's not possible to beat someone else. This is how rigid is. Pixel Federation done quite a dumb job in this event. I think moving forward that will be the case, whereby the event keys are dropping so that you wouldn't have sufficient keys to claim all the trains unless you really spend real money. And of course with the 40 EP is really disappointing. Initially I thought this was 100% or 99% drop, depending on the ceiling, but all this prediction changed again. So I remember when I first started the video on this event, I mentioned that this is a 100% event, and then once we cross the 100% we get 70 EP drop, so that's gone as well. Really disappointed with Pixel Federation, always changing at the back end and not announcing anything to the players at all. So it's trying to make our life difficult, making our prediction impossible as well. So you do not know what strategy to apply because they keep on changing. So I think that's their strategy in a way. So but I guess there's only one objective of theirs, which is to generate more revenue. Alright, so if you are paying customer, may I appeal to you to stop paying, because the more you pay, the worse the game becomes. And if you are free to play like me, I appeal to you as well, do not pay a single cent, because like I said earlier, the more you pay, or the more there'll be a pay to win customer, the worse the game becomes. Alright, so that's how it works as usual. When I first started the game, it's definitely fun and good and free, but more and more people played. They basically wanted to make the game life tougher so that you end up paying. So that's generally how it works in our game life cycle. As sometimes you just feel that, oh wow, this is a wonderful game, but eventually it just quite rots along the way unless you're paying. So I mean, I do understand that, but like I said, the game interfaces, sometimes you may have seen my old videos and you realize how come the current requirement or the current map differs from yours when you're playing, because of total different gameplay. I mean, some people were asking, saying how come Germany or Britain, they do not need to do this or that, where I need to do it, or the other way around. So all this is a matter of gameplay reset or changes that the Pixel Federation does. So again, in all events, it's really important in order to make sure you have an EP head start on the second competition onwards. If it's the first competition, you're just gonna make sure you prepare lots of those items that as much as possible. And of course, constantly try to aim for legendary trains, both legendaries from every event, so you have two potential 80 capacity trains to work with. And of course, next look on the epic, then you're gonna make a choice. For me, it's always special building come first, even though if I will sacrifice that common train, I'll pick special building, because 80 capacity, or pardon me, 80 population is really tough to get, because every single building upgrade just add 5 or 6. So imagine that 80 population is so much more. Alright, so you can see here 569,205. That's insane, whereas I only got 366. Right, so it just shows how much this person who have spent in this game. So it's quite saddened about the fact that there's such people around that actually makes Pixel Federation richer and more demanding. Alright, so that's it. This is coming to an end soon. And with this event ending, definitely there'll be a mini events being delivery challenge or train tycoon. All these are mini events that if you do not wish to, you can take a break and not play at all. And of course, if you wish to, you can go ahead and do it, or you can finish that factory job that have in your region. Alright, so sometimes I just take a break couple of days during this mini event, and then probably start playing again when a major event comes about. I'm trying to conserve to stay in the current region as long as possible, because I'm going to increase the fleet size as well as the fleet capacity. So that's really good, because it's important, because every region that you play currently will be your foundation for your next region. And every single competition, they always require trains from the current region and the previous region. So there's no way you can actually want to hasten the whole process and then eventually you want to win competition. So there's no way you can do that. Always build on your foundation, step by step, and make sure you do your best. And of course, I'll start saving keys eventually when I hit near to 550, so that when I cross regions, I will have sufficient keys to unlock more containers. That's normally how I do it. And of course, if you are tempted to spend every single key, you're just going to be very poor when it comes to the new region. So make sure you start saving your meta keys. And if you could, I mean, if you have spare ones or points, just exchange for meta keys as well from events. And besides getting the trains, you can get parts as well. Or of course, more importantly, sometimes, or I call it the coin packs. You have sufficient event coins, you can go for them, and then eventually you'll be slightly richer. But it wouldn't be long, because every single upgrade is so expensive. Alright, so here we are trying our luck again, but as usual, like I said, it's not easy, because Pixel Federation just make things life difficult. Alright, so we just got another common train as usual. So alright, so we're coming to the end of the competition. You can see here, yes, we got second, quite amazingly. 2160 for the second and third, but it comes first come first serve, or in other words, the person who get first to that point will be the winner. Alright, so we're quite fortunate in that context. Alright, so we're going to open 2 big boxes here today. Alright, first one is rare. Let's see whether we get more rare parts. Alright, not too bad. Rare parts are really sometimes hard to get. Most of the time you get common. But of course, I'm going to get all the coin packs as I mentioned, 5,800 per pack. And of course, the unfortunate thing is that diesel, not diesel, but rather the rare train So that's the end. But of course, not forgetting, you still got some more keys. Make sure you change it to parts. I'll always go for legendary parts as possible, and try to finish the 3 jobs on hand, so that eventually we can claim a bit more of those event keys and then claim those parts as well. Alright, so that's it. We are almost done with this event, and definitely going to complete all these jobs so they can get extra a bit more of those legendary parts, and if we still balance, we can exchange it for meta keys. Alright, thank you for watching. Do like and subscribe, and have a good rest. Goodbye.